What's up everybody, Mike here, and in today's vid, we're just going to go over the balance changes that have been made that is going to drop today in Marvel Rivals. But before I do, I just want to thank everyone for watching the video, and a special shout out to all of my subscribers. You're all truly amazing, and I hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Now, like I said, in today's vid, I am just going to go over the balance post that has been posted, I believe, yesterday. We're just going to go in depth on the changes that are being made to each one of the heroes here. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, the first hero up here is the first hero class up here is Vanguard, and the first hero is Captain America. The Sentinel of Liberty will see some reduction of his survivability, just meaning that his health is going to be reduced. He used to have 650, and now he's going to only have 600. A little bit of a nerf for Captain America, so any Cap fans out there, you're going to want to be keeping a closer eye on that health bar because they reduced it by 50 HP. Next up is Doctor Strange. So Steven will experience a reduction in the energy cost of his ultimate ability, amplifying his mystical menace on the battlefield. So it decreased the energy and cost to unleash his ultimate, the Eye of Agamotto, from 3. So he's getting a 300 300 energy increase. So that means that his ultimate will be able to recharge faster and will be able to get out quicker. So this makes Doctor Strange a little bit more viable when it comes to the ultimate, and I guess that's pretty much a buff for him. Looks like all the Vanguards though have been getting nerfed, and one of the big ones coming up next, the big boy Groot. The Floral Colossal ability to isolate enemies and block damage will take a minor hit, so reduce the health of Ironwood Wall from 700 to 600. That is a catastrophic nerf, because his Iron Wall is like his best wall, and I believe that's how he gets like shield and health and all that. So reducing that by 100 HP just means that that's a pretty significant nerf for the big man Groot. So that is interesting. So it's interesting to see, because Groot was definitely the best Vanguard from all of season 0, 1, and now 2, I believe. So it's going to be interesting to see how this might change the meta for Vanguards, at least. Who is going to be the next one up and coming? And now do we have someone that's right behind Groot that can take his place as the #1 Vanguard? Oh, anyway, on to the duelists. Now, Spider-Man. They're tightening the web of Spider-Man's hit detection, so decreasing the range of the amazing combo from 5 to... That's nothing. What? Bro, it's not a nerf. You increased it by 1 meter. Good job, guys. You did something on Spider-Man. Okay. Bucky is getting a combat upgrade, ramping up his threat level and firepower on the field. Adjusted the Tainted Vulture ability to have 2 charge levels, while keeping the cooldown time unchanged. Oh man. This is looking good. So this is Winter Soldier E. I use on PC, but that's I believe his big energy ball that he shoots out of his arm. So if I'm reading this right, it looks like he has 2 levels. So that means maybe he might be able to do it twice, I believe, and have a cooldown time unchanged. And if that's so, boy, Bucky's gonna be a real big problem, because that energy ball is gonna come out a lot quicker, and you're gonna have one extra one now. Yeah, that's a pretty good buff for Winter Soldier. And next we have, oh boy, our support class. And next up is my boy, the golden boy himself, Adam Warlock. And for him, they're enhancing his Avatar of Life sustainability to keep him fighting for cosmic justice. So they added a new effect on Quantum Magic. When a critical hit lands on an enemy, you reduce the cooldown time of his Avatar life stream by a second. Adam Warlock. He's done it. He's the best one. Oh my god, this is a fucking buff and a half, man. So whenever a critical hit lands, so I'm assuming a headshot, whenever a headshot lands on an enemy, you get a cooldown to his health. So how he heals, his little like snap made the cosmic forces heal you. Like, bro. It's over. It's over for you bum crusties. I'm gonna be sniping all you and healing all my teammates, going fucking 25-0 with like 30,000 health. Like it's over. It's over. Nah, but seriously, this is a fucking like. Oh, I'm speechless. This is the best buff I've seen for Adam Warlock, and I thank you, NetEase Games. I know I've been complaining a little bit, saying why you gotta nerf my boy, and it's hard out in these streets for a support player, but you know what? You looked out for a homie. You know, you looked out for a homie. I'll dap you up when I see you next time. You know what I mean? Because that right there, that. All right, you know, Marvel Rivals, best game ever. If you haven't downloaded that shit. All right. Anyway, Cloak and Dagger. Ty and Tandy are sharpening their blades, Jesus, and cloaks have far more impactful strikes. As a cloak, increase the damage of Darkflow's cloak from 75 seconds to 80 seconds, and as dagger, increase the damage of the Light Force dagger from 15 to 18. So it looks like Cloak and Dagger also got a pretty good buff. I think the dagger on hit, that's a little bit significant, and Dark Force Cloak. I don't play Cloak and Dagger, so I believe that's like her, what is it? Her getaway, like you know, when you just boom boom, like you know, you just dagger out of there, I guess. So, so it looks like she's getting they are getting an overall buff, and that's pretty cool. And Luna Snow. We're ramping up on this K-pop sensation's damage output when she strikes enemies from a distance. So adjust the damage fall off from light and dark A's from 60% at 40 meters to 75%. Holy shit, Luna. Bro, they are just overall, so far, it looks like all these support mains right now. You guys are eating good. I think we're eating good. That is right here, as far as I'm concerned. These are like the 4 main healers. Sorry, Jeff, but these are like the 4 main healers right here. Adam Warlock, Cloak and Dagger, Luna Snow, and Mantis. These are the ones I really see most, besides, well, like I said, Jeff. But right now, it looks like they're all getting a pretty significant buff. So Mantis right now, we're empowering Mantis's damage output to reflect her true fighting spirit. Yeah, increases the hit damage of Light Energy Blast from 50 to 55. So yeah, all of these supports right here, all of these support classes actually just got a like really good fucking buff, man. So W on NetEase for this. I mean, like, doesn't fix the fact that we might still, like, you know, get 5 points for a win in you know, competitive, but hey, at least we're stronger now. You know what I mean? And then team up abilities, this is the only one here. They are doing the Star Alliance, so that's the Captain and the Winter Soldier. And while I haven't seen many people run that, the Legendary Alliance gives even mightier boost, so leaping to a teammate, so it provide 50 bonus health to allies within range. So alright, so it makes that team up ability a little bit more stronger. So that is pretty much the whole overall patch. What are my thoughts on the patch? Well, I do believe that it is a very, very good patch, especially for me. Like I said, I am a sport player, so definitely love that Adam Warlock buff. But overall, it looks like a very minimal patch. I'm gonna be honest. At least for the other classes, like I said, it's mainly support classes that got a huge buff, I think. But, like, you know, they did some little things there. I think they did a pretty good also nerf to Groot. I think Groot now is not going to be as strong as all the other Vanguards in that class, so I think now they leveled out the playing field a little bit more when it comes to Vanguard. Duelist they did not touch. The only thing I could say about Duelist is that if you're running Winter Soldier, you're going to have yourself a good day, because at least you got that energy ball now up to at least 2. And yeah, pretty much my big takeaway from that whole patch, or the balance notes, or excuse me, the balance patch notes, are sports winning, sports eating. So now if they can just fix that, competitive thing, the point system, I think we'll be on a roll here. Like I said, I don't hate NetEase games. I think they have been doing a phenomenal job so far. But right now, you definitely can see this is their first, I think, fuck up when it comes to the whole balance, right? And it's not with anything of the heroes themselves. It's not like, oh, they put in a hero that's so goddamn broken that everyone needs to pick them, and that if you don't pick them, you're gonna tilt, or everyone is just auto picking that person every match. I don't think there's one hero that is like that in the game, so I gotta give them credit for that. They don't really have that just meta hero. You know what I'm saying? That's just this is if you want to know the meta, you just go with this person, and that's it. I think all of them, as far as the balance to heroes, I think all of the balance changes that they made have been stout. They just need to fix the competitive point system, and I think they will have themselves a great game. And once they fix the point system and they get it to a good point, they gotta understand, hey, let's not fucking do this again. Let's not touch the point system after that, okay? But yeah, that is pretty much all I have for today. Just wanted to go over the balance patch and just want to see what your thoughts are. Let me know if any of your heroes got a buff or nerf. Let me know. And also, if you're still playing Marvel Rivals, hey, let me know what you're doing. Let me know if you're jumping in a competitive Doom match, you're doing that big head, whatever, bobblehead nonsense. Yeah, love to know. But that is it for me on today's video. Hope you're all having a good one, wherever you are. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.